Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so as you can see, I am finally recording my first video on my new camera, and I honestly love it so much, guys. Like, it looks amazing. The quality is a 10 out of 10. So if you're a beginner YouTuber and you're looking for a simple camera to get, a camera that is easy to maneuver, a camera that is easy to travel with, a camera that has high quality, get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Like, I'm telling you, it is so good. And if you don't want to pay that price for the DJI, they also have this camera called the Extra Muse. I think you can either get it on Amazon or TikTok shop. That's also thebomb.com. But y'all, I'm loving my new camera. Honestly, it was my favorite Christmas gift. I know. Y'all are probably wondering, like, why didn't I drop a Christmas haul? That's because I posted my Christmas haul on my TikTok. So if you guys don't already, make sure you guys go support my TikTok. But I did post my Christmas haul on there. I didn't get that much stuff, but I got everything that I wanted. And most of all, I wanted my camera. So honestly, I didn't care if I didn't get anything. As long as I got this camera, honey, I was going to be good. So yeah, I got my camera and more. Very much satisfied. As y'all can see, there's also something new. The hair is very brand new. I got my hair silk pressed and cut by the Dominicans for the first time yesterday. The Bob Look on Me eats, and honestly couldn't ask for a better start for the new year. So as you guys can see by the thumbnail and the title of the video, this has been my most requested video to record. Today we're doing a Girl Talk 101. So I think this has been my most highly requested video because if y'all know me as a person, or if you guys have been watching my videos for the past year, y'all know that I am like very well spoken. I am very emotionally intelligent, and I'm very like intact with my emotions, if that makes sense. Meaning that anytime my friends like need advice or anything like that, it doesn't matter if it's my homeboy, my homegirl, my mama, my brother, I can come through every single time. I'm not gonna just tell you what you want to hear. Like, I'm gonna speak from the heart and from the mind. So with that being said, I did post on my Instagram and I asked you guys to ask me questions that you guys were wondering about me, myself, and I. And y'all literally asked so many questions. Like, look at how many of y'all asked questions. Like, I love to see it. And then there's even more because I posted an extra one just in case. Like, I cannot wait. Without further ado, let's get into these questions. Okay, so I think we're gonna start off with like the first set of questions that I received a couple of months ago. Y'all, the way that my friends were trolling me on these questions is not okay. And I'm finna expose y'all for trolling me too, because why would y'all do that? The first question we're going to start off with is, how do you get your skin so clear? I decided to go with this question first because if you guys may or may not know, I have talked about in like a couple of my older videos about how insecure I was about my skin because I did have like really bad breakouts at one point. And literally like a week or two ago, like I was so insecure about my skin without any makeup on. But over the break, I did find a new skincare routine that I'm living by, y'all. Like, I'm literally living by my new skincare routine. So first, as far as cleanser, this is the cleanser that I use. It's the La Roche-Posay. However you say, y'all. I go in with this cleanser. This cleanser is the moisturizing milky cleanser. This is really soft and gentle on my skin. I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure it's dermatologist approved. I'm not sure. Don't mark my words on that, but I really like this cleanser. I recently started using it and it's really good. Like, I have no complaints. Then after I wash my face, I go in with this witch hazel toner. This is really beneficial, y'all. I use just like the little like cleansing pads that you can use on your face. I think this has helped me the most. It has helped lighten my skin and get rid of like my dark spots and everything like that. So this has been like the most beneficial out of everything in my routine. Now, part of clearing your skin, a lot of people say you're supposed to use sunscreen, and at first I didn't really understand it because I'm just like, I'm dark skinned, why do I need sunscreen? Black people still need sunscreen, guys. For Christmas, I received this Fenty Skin sunscreen, and Fenty is also known for being like very gentle on the skin, so this has been beneficial as well, and it hasn't broken me out, so I think I'm gonna keep this in my routine. Before I was using the Fenty, I was just using this Black Girl sunscreen. This has literally been the truth. As y'all can see, it's almost empty. Y'all see how flat that is? It's almost empty. I have been using this up like crazy, y'all. Like, this is the truth right here. Like, this is literally the truth. If you're a young dark-skinned girl and you're looking for a good sunscreen, this is the one that you need to get right here. And they have it at like Target, Walmart, everywhere. And then last but not least, at night, I do use the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I like this because I feel like at first when I was using it like a couple of years ago, I wasn't using it properly. Now I only use the hyaluronic acid after I take a shower and after I've already washed my face and cleansed it and everything. And it's actually been working and I've definitely seen results. So yeah guys, that is my current skincare routine. It does sometimes change, like just depending on the time of the year, but as of right now, that is what I've been using, and it is keeping my skin very, very clear. But at the time, I'm pretty sure when somebody asked me this, like I was just like really heavy on makeup and everything. So as far as like my makeup routine, really all I use is e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is like my favorite to use because it's very light on my skin. It gives like a makeup no makeup look, because half the time people don't know that I wear concealer. So yeah, that's the ticket. Moving on to the next question. Somebody said, what's one of your goals for this upcoming year? I feel like this is a perfect question to ask because it is literally only the 3rd day of 2026, and I will say one of my main goals for this year is to stay consistent with my content. As y'all know, I started getting serious about my content around this time last year and wasn't that consistent throughout the year. I only uploaded 15 videos in 1 year. Like, that's really bad, y'all. So I do want to get more consistent with my content. And now that I have a camera, like, it'll be so much easier to be consistent. Not only do I want to be more consistent with my content, but I also want to be more consistent with my relationship with God. Because I feel like last year I did kind of start slacking on my relationship with God. I was getting more into like a worldly mindset instead of like a God set mindset, if you guys know what I mean. And I really didn't like that for myself, and I could feel the difference every single time I was drifting more and more away from God. So I will say I do want to strengthen my relationship with God, focus more on my content, and I also want to just start prioritizing my productivity. Like, I feel like for me, the more I'm productive, the more I feel like my day has been like fulfilled with everything that I need to do. And I do not like going to sleep with knowing that I have stuff to do. Like, then it's like, dang, I have to do that the next day. And if I don't do it the next day, I have to do it the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. And I just hate procrastinating. So I do want to completely cut off procrastination. And lastly, I definitely want to start eating more clean. I feel like the cleaner you eat, the more you can actually see it in your skin and your body. And if I'm eating unhealthy, I won't really perform like to my best. So yeah, eating clean is definitely on my list for sure. I don't know if I named 5 or 4, but my number 1 is strengthening my relationship with God, being more consistent with my content, prioritizing my productivity, eating clean, and I only named 4, but my 5th one would be to just be myself more, because I feel like I don't really show my true personality enough. Like, I literally post myself on every single platform, yet and still I feel like you guys don't really know me the way that y'all should. I want to start posting more so you guys can really like see the real me, because I'm a really cool person and I know my potential. I know how much potential I have, because like it really shows in me. Like, every single day I just see like my potential grow more and more and more. So I really want to excel through my potential. Okay, moving on to the next question. Somebody said, hygiene tips. How do you focus on yourself and like self-love? So I will say, as far as hygiene tips for me personally, I like to just stick to the basics. So you guys already saw my face skincare routine, but as far as my body, all I use is a body wash of your choice. Like, whatever body wash you like the most. Me personally, I use Dove body wash because it's very gentle on the skin, and like it's not too heavy on the scent. It's more about like the quality of the body wash that you're using. Like, it's all about the quality. And finding like a good pH balancing cleanser for down there, because that honestly like will speak for itself. It doesn't matter like what other body care you use, as long as you're using a good pH balancing cleanser down there, and as long as you're cleaning your body the way that it's supposed to be clean, then your hygiene will be like top tier. As far as actual like cleansing, if that makes sense, it honestly starts all in the shower. It really starts all from your diet, but it starts in the shower too. Make sure that you're actually cleaning. Like, I think some people, they think they're taking a shower, but like, no, you need to really get up in there. Like, you need to like from your neck to your toes, everything need to be scrubbed down. And I use an African net sponge. Some people like to just use washcloths or loofahs. I love my African net sponge because like I can like like grab it on one end, then right here, and then just like go back and forth and scrub my back and like anywhere else on my body. So yeah, just invest in like good body care products that are best for your skin type, and invest in a good cleanser. Okay, so moving on to the next question. My homegirl asked this. She said, how do you slide on a dude? So honestly, I get this question from my friends a lot because I'm very, very bold when it comes to men. And I think when it comes to boys, not men, so I'm not that grown yet, but when it comes to boys, because honestly, like, I have no fear when it comes to them. It's like at the end of the day, like, the worst that can happen is they reject you, and it's like at the end of the day, you're not losing any aura from being rejected by a man. Like, it's a man, like, he does not have more aura than you, queen. So I would say best bet to slide on a dude is just be yourself and like be really flirty and just have fun with it. Like, they love that boo word. Like, they love that boo word, y'all. Them with the hey boo, how are you? And then what else? Or like, I'm trying to think. It's pretty much like you just have to play with your personality a little bit and have fun with it. Like, they're literally just boys, y'all. So now that we're on the topic of boys, I feel like all of these are like on the same topic. So how do you deal with boys? Boys advice. What's the best way to get over someone? Relationship advice. These other questions are inappropriate, so I'm not gonna ask them. How do I heal from a relationship properly? Okay, I think that's all as far as boys. Okay, so those are like all the questions involving boys. So I'm gonna just give y'all a little story time, okay? Honestly, this whole video is gonna be just full of little short story times because your girl done been through a lot, y'all. And honestly and truly, when I first started doing content, I was scared to share my stories because I am still in high school with these people. But I honestly have came to the conclusion that this is my platform and this is a safe space for me to be able to share my stories and like really express who I am. So back in my freshman year, I was talking to a boy and it ended really, really badly. And like, honestly, for me to like go through what I went through with that boy at that age really took a lot for me to power through it and push myself through everything. Still try my best to be the genuine person that I am. I think a lot of people, when like bad things happen to them, tend to think it's okay to use bad experiences to be bad towards other people, if that makes sense. And that's not the case. So you don't have to turn evil after somebody does something bad to you. After I went through a breakup and everything, I feel like what helped me the best was remembering what makes me me, like doing things that I know that I enjoy, doing things that I know fulfills me. As a teenager that is surrounded around plenty of friends who are in relationships, plenty of boys who are super, super thirsty, and y'all, I'm telling y'all can tell the difference between when a boy actually wants something real and when they just want one thing. Half of the time they just want one thing. So one thing I will say is boys will always be there. At the end of the day, you'll never be 14, 15, 16, 17 again. Queen, this is your prime. Like, your teenage years are your prime. And I feel like it is very important to just like cherish your innocence, because a lot of people, they like to move fast and everything depending on what a boy wants to do. And it's really like good to keep your innocence. At the end of the day, it's better if that boy does not have access to you. It's better to be that girl that always got away from that boy. It's better to just choose you. At the end of the day, this is your life. That boy's not going to live your life for you. If anything, he's going to get in the way of it. So I really had to learn that, like, boys are going to just be boys. You can try your best to be in a relationship, and it's okay. Don't think that it's a bad thing to be in a relationship. But from experience, it is best to just be independent. Like, you will strive when you're just on your own. And if you do have a boyfriend that you like enjoy spending time with and everything like that, I feel like that is really good. And when you do find somebody and like you know that they're the one, there's no red flags, y'all have like no problem, anything like that, then you have lucked up. However, don't forget to prioritize yourself. Don't forget to prioritize your goals. Make sure that you still focus on you. And me personally, I have watched boys like bring down females. I have watched the boys like literally the way that they carry themselves, the way that they like come about with situations. And you just don't want to be that girl. Like, honestly and truly, it's way better to just get away from situations like that. I'm pretty sure all of us have had that ex, that one ex that really got underneath your skin and you just couldn't let go of. But like queen to queen, let go of that boy. Like, let go of him. All you can do in life is level up and level up. And the more you level up, the more boys that will come. I have realized that the more that I have matured, the more boys that have came with it and have like tried to come into my life and distract me from my goals and everything. But luckily, like I said, I'm very like in touch with my emotions, and I could tell when the devil was trying to attack me, baby. I could tell the difference between something that's God sent and not sent from God. So I would say, like, as far as boys, focus on yourself. Like, I would just say that, focus on yourself. They will always be there. They will always come around. They will always come around. Like, just focus on yourself. It's literally for the better, y'all. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's for the better. Okay, so as far as boys, I think that's enough for that topic. Okay, my homeboy, he asks, why do girls cheat and why do girls date guys for the fun of it and not be serious? So I will say, for me personally, I've never cheated on a guy. I've never actually been in a real relationship to cheat on a guy. So it's like, I wouldn't really know. And I don't hang around female cheaters at all. I don't think any of my female friends have actually cheated on their boyfriends. So I will say though, like some females, they do it for fun and not be serious. Because I know that I've done... I know for me personally, I have talked to guys and just for fun and not to be serious. But I will say for me, it wasn't anything personal. I just have done it because I know that I had to focus on myself. And I know that I could tell that it wasn't going to get anywhere. So it was more of a, I think, a mutual thing for me and that guy to just do it for a fun thing and not be serious. Because, like, I feel like that's a conversation that should always be had with someone that you like no, you're not going to be serious with. I feel like it should be a mutual agreement that you guys aren't going to be serious, instead of it being one-sided. Like if one person is taking like the other person serious and the other one is like, oh yeah, this is just for fun, it's not gonna really go together. So yeah, that's really it for that topic. So now I'm going to answer questions just kind of based on content, because I did get a lot of those type of questions. Somebody asked me, what made you want to become a YouTuber/influencer? When did you start your YouTube channel? How did you grow your social media platform? Was it hard putting yourself out there, or how did you build up the courage to post? How do you balance everything in life, school, sports, and content? What made you want to start content? What got you into content creation other than you being very beautiful? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so clearly this is a highly asked question as far as like how did I get into content. So as you guys may or may not know, I did start my content journey on TikTok, and it started off with one of my videos going viral like maybe like 2 years ago. I think it was May or April of 2024. And I posted a video and it went crazy viral. It didn't go crazy viral, but it got like 1 million something views. And back then that was pretty good for a little video that I just did, like a little slideshow or whatever. But ever since I was younger, I did really want to start a YouTube channel, because like me and my mom, like say we would be like in the kitchen and stuff and we would just be cooking, I would just like say out loud, mind you, like no camera, no audience, it would literally just be me and my mom. I'd be like, hi guys, welcome back to Kayla's World, and I would do it all day every day. Like I literally would vlog in my mind. And this may sound weird, but even like now, if I'm not vlogging, like I'll literally just talk to myself and talk myself through like the steps that I'm doing throughout the day. And I feel like that honestly helps me be able to speak in front of the camera, because I've practiced it so much. Like it doesn't matter if I was like talking about something I was doing in my life. It doesn't matter if I was cooking with my mom. Like the drive was always there. So I will say what actually pushed me to want to do it was after that video went viral, I went ahead and I like changed my social media and everything. And I always knew that like if I did have a channel that I would want my platform to be based on helping female audiences feel more comfortable with themselves, feel more feminine, just like overall feel good about themselves. So honestly, that's what I like to base my platform on. So since like I've always dreamed of having a platform where like I help other females, I have had to go through trials and tribulations of like, you know, helping myself, because I have not always been the way that I am. Like I did have to go through losing weight and getting comfortable with myself to be able to be in front of the camera. But as far as actually pushing my content out there, like being consistent with your posts, finding your audience is also like key. Like once you know what you want to put out there and the type of audience that you want to reach, because you have an audience that you want to engage with. Honestly, the hardest part will probably be staying consistent with your content, because for me personally, I know that I could be very, very far with my content right now if I would have stayed consistent. But at the end of the day, I try not to be like too hard on myself with that, because I am still a high school student. I do cheer. I do a lot of things outside of content. So it is very hard to balance all of that. It's not easy at all. And that is exactly why I only had 15 videos uploaded last year. But I will say, once you stay consistent, once you find that drive, honey, it's over with, because I can already feel myself getting back comfortable with the camera again. And once you find like your niche and everything, once you find your target audience, once you find like that self-drive in you and like what you really want to do, that's when like you will start to see it in your content. That's when you'll be able to just speak to people on social media, like really entertain them with literally just being yourself. And that's what it's all about, being yourself and doing like what's best for you, because everybody has their own talents, everybody has their own target audiences, everybody has like their own thing that they want to do. So yeah, that's honestly my personal experience with like getting into content and everything, and putting myself out there. So just don't be scared, y'all. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. At the end of the day, social media is a place where you can be yourself. You're literally building a platform to be yourself and to express you being yourself. So just don't be scared, y'all. Like pick up that camera and record. It's literally the best thing that I've ever done. Honestly, so grateful for all 1,200 of you that have subscribed to my channel and that interact with my videos, interact with my TikToks, interact with my Instagram reels. Like literally, y'all have helped me so much to be comfortable with myself and to become who I am today. So yeah, just pick up that camera, sis. Like it's the best thing you could do. Adding on to the boy topic, somebody asked how long should a talking stage be? Honestly, y'all, I don't really like talking stages. Like I feel like there should be a point where we need to get to know each other, but I feel like a talking stage, which is really just getting to know each other, I feel like a talking stage should be however long you think it should be. Like if you feel like you and a boy have a very, very good connection really fast, and you feel like y'all are at the point where y'all could be in a relationship, then that's a conversation that y'all should have together. But not everybody's like that. Not everyone likes to jump into relationships fast either. So I will say it honestly just depends on your connection with that person. And if you feel like the talking stage has been too long, then it should be brought up. But if you feel like it's been too short, that should also be brought up, because it is possible. Okay, I like this question. Somebody asked, what's a piece of advice you would give your younger self? Honestly, I like this question because I did not just like get everything so easily. Like I had to get it out the mud to become like who I am today. And a piece of advice I would give my younger self would be to like, honestly, everything is going to be okay. Like everything is going to work out in God's favor. Like as long as you stay close to God, as long as you have a strong relationship with your mom, and like listen to my mom. Like that's also another thing, because my mom has really helped me become who I am today. And if I would have listened to her sooner, I would be in this position sooner as well. So listening to my mom, knowing that everything is going to be okay, everything's going to work out, and like you're going to grow up to be like fabulous, like queen. Like everybody's a queen. Like in my younger self, I was definitely like, I was queen material. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. Like I had the same bob when I was younger too. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. So honestly, yeah, just be yourself. Listen to your mama, child. And What else? Everything is gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna grow up to be somebody that you wouldn't even have imagined yourself would be. So yeah, I really like that question, honestly. Shout out to my girl for asking me that. Somebody asked me, am I going to do more Shein hauls? I actually should have one coming up soon because I will be ordering a Shein cart soon. But yes, I have noticed that y'all really, really, really like that content. So I will be posting more Shein hauls. I will probably post my next one on YouTube instead of posting it on TikTok. I do both, 6, 7, it depends. One question somebody asked, they said, what's the best advice anyone has given you? As y'all may or may not know, I have a very, very, very strong relationship with my mom. And like, that's like my best friend. Like, my mama, that's like my girl. And y'all see her a lot in my videos. I see her a lot in my TikToks. Y'all might have found her TikTok, I don't know. But my mom is constantly pouring advice and life into me. That is like why I am the way that I am. Because my mom, she went through a lot when she was younger. She has done a lot so that me and my older brother can be the people that we are today. And with those experiences that she went through, she's been able to guide us through life and really like teach us how to be like mature and to be like good people. So I will say, like, I don't have like specific advice that she has given me, like strongly guided me through my life, and she's constantly pouring advice and life into me so that I can like remember who I am. She's really like helped me like create that dynamic in my head that like, men, you don't need a man to be anything. She's been through a lot when it comes to men, and at the end of the day, she raised like 2 beautiful children all by herself. So I feel like just that alone, like, I look up to her as a role model. Like, literally, my mom is like Superwoman. Like, she could do anything. It's not a single thing that she can't do or hasn't done. She's literally the advice herself. Like, she is the advice. That makes sense. So okay, so moving on to the next topic. The next topic will be friends. So a couple of questions I have received is, how would you go about picking and choosing your friends? How to deal with fake friends? How do you go about toxic friendships? Pros and cons of being a high school student. That may not sound like it relates, but it relates. What makes a friend real versus temporary? What's an unspoken rule of girl code? Okay, so I think that's about it for the questions on that topic, y'all. So honestly, friends are something that me personally, I've always kind of struggled with. As far as making friends, I've never struggled with that. But as far as keeping them, I have. Because me personally, I don't know about y'all, but I can smell a phony friend from a mile away. And I have been through so many trials and tribulations when it comes to friendships. I think I've had more friendship breakups than boy breakups because I don't care too much for boys. As far as these females, y'all, they're really grimy, and I feel like this is a perfect moment for me to go ahead and follow through with this story time, because me personally in 2025 I witnessed a lot of weird friendships. So we're gonna do a quick little story time. So we're gonna rewind all the way back to like January of last year. So I became friends with a specific group of people, and originally I was just friends with like one person in the group from cheer and stuff. And me being friends with that one person kind of like drove me to be friends with everybody else. And when I first even moved to this side of town, like, I was kind of the only female that was looked at as whitewashed. Like, I don't really know why I was looked at as whitewashed, but I think it's honestly just because nobody had ever seen like a dark-skinned girl like talk so properly and like wear the stuff I was wearing and like carry myself the way that I did. So when I first moved over here, it was really like just me, myself, and I acting the way that I did. And the friends that I did make, really fond of like the way that I carry myself. And those are the same friends that I keep around me today, like Nycha and Nyla. As y'all know, those are my babies. This group, it was like this one specific girl who, like, I felt like we clicked because at one point I did feel like we did kind of favor each other in a way as far as like our aesthetic and everything. Sometimes people would say we look alike. I didn't really see it, but yeah, the longer I was friends with this girl and the closer we got, the more she was more so trying to copy me. And this is like a heavy topic for me because it has been going on like for so long, and it's still going on to this day. And it's like little things. Like, honestly, I can make a whole slideshow of everything that this girl has copied, like, off of me. Everything that I do is authentic. It all comes from me. It all comes from my brain. At first, when the copying first started, it was just little small stuff. And at first, it was very flattering because it's like, you know, somebody looks at me in a way, somebody's like kind of looking up to me in a way. So it was flattering, but it's a difference between inspo and copying. And this girl makes it seem like she does it all off of inspo, but it's definitely off of copying, and it's been getting worse. And she even blocked my TikTok page. Like, she hasn't been copying me, and I did unfollow her on all platforms. Like, my mom has been very, very bothered about the situation. It's honestly with like everything, like starting from my room, with the way that I post, the facial expressions I make, like the way that I edit, the way that I talk, like literally everything. Like, y'all, even with my camera, like this girl literally went and bought a camera right after me. So I will say I've had 2 copycat friends. I've had fake friends that, you know, like do little petty stuff with boys and stuff like that. But I will say, like, the worst of it all is the copycat ones, because it's like, at the end of the day, everyone is their own person. And I know this girl is her own person. She has her own humor, her own creativity, and everything like that. So I don't know why she felt the need to start copying everything that I did. And I know she's probably watching this video too, because even though I'm blocked on TikTok, I'm sure she'd be looking at my other platforms to see what I got coming next. But at the end of the day, I've had to come to the realization that's like such a like deep topic, and like something that happens on social media a lot. If y'all know who Natalie Reynolds and Brooke Monk is, have a Natalie Reynolds. And it's so crazy to even say that. But I will say I've had to come to the realization, at the end of the day, nobody can outdo me at being myself. No one can compare to me. Like I am my own person. They are their own person. But y'all, copying is not cute. Like, it's not cute at all. And everybody has noticed it. Like, so many of my friends have noticed it. So many people from school. Only people that don't really notice it is, of course, you guys on social media, because y'all don't see the behind the scenes of everything. Y'all don't see everything like in person and stuff like that. But there is a big difference between me and that girl. I am like a very genuine and soft person, and she's just herself, you know. And like, we differentiate in many different ways. Nobody will ever compare to me. Nobody can outdo me at being myself. The only thing that I can do is make sure that I don't tell everybody my business. I don't tell everybody my next move. Like, you know, I gotta be like a little mysterious when it comes to it. But yeah, like fake friends, copycats, friends that are like only want to hang around me because of like my image on social media and stuff. Like, I feel like that's always been really weird. I also had a friend like that, like somebody who wanted to be my best friend just because who I am and stuff. Like, I don't really like stuff like that, because if you know me in real life, like, I'm very, very humble. Like, I literally never bring up my social media, not unless like we're on the topic or whatever, and one of my friends would be like, oh my gosh, MK posting dibs. Like, I don't think of myself as like famous or anything like that. I'm literally just a regular person. I'm not famous. Like, I just create content for other females out there. I like to dress, and people love my style. So as far as friends, I will honestly just say, like, don't ever look for friends. Like, if anything, let them come to you, and never get too close to anybody. Only people I'm genuinely close with are the people that you see me posting on Instagram a lot, or like the people that you see me posting on TikTok a lot, because those are my closest friends. And I have hung around them for very long periods of time. We've had plenty of conversations that have like confirmed that, like, oh my gosh, like, you think just like me, sis. Like, I can really kick it with you. But like, yeah, so if you're one of those fake friends that I've had and you're watching this video, I just want you to know that at the end of the day, I'm a boss, and can't nobody fuck with me. Like, I'm a boss. No cocky stuff. I am a boss. As far as like you guys like dealing with fake friends that you have had, I will say just distance yourself. Like, can't nobody do nothing for you that you cannot do for yourself. Can't nobody outdo you at being yourself. Can't nobody, like, it don't matter if that girl done stole your man, girl, let him have the man. If the man is took, that means that he was never yours to begin with. Focus on yourself, like, build yourself up. If friends come along the way, then they come along the way. But don't go looking for friendships and stuff like that. They can't do nothing for you that you can't do for yourself. So the next topic is about like hair and everything, because as you guys may or may not know, I am a hairstylist. So somebody said, how can I keep my hair maintained? How long did it take for you to learn how to do your own hair? And I think that's it for like the questions that I received as far as hair. But so I grew up with a mom who like has always done her own hair. She learned how to do her hair when she was a little bit younger than me, and she's just always like done all of her own hairstyles. It don't matter if it was a quick weave, it don't matter if it was some braids, it don't matter if it was a ponytail. Like, she learned how to do it herself. So with my mom always doing her own hair when she was younger, that also meant that she started doing my hair when I was younger. And literally yesterday was the first time I ever went to go and get my hair done by anybody. I've always gotten my hair done by my mom, and back in May was the first time I actually started doing hair. I mainly just like learned from my mom and just picking up on the stuff that she would do on my hair. But I also just started like doing my research and looking at YouTube videos, TikTok videos. Y'all, we literally have so many platforms where we can learn to do anything that you want to do in life. And I really like took that to advantage and started like studying and like doing my homework on this type of stuff. It don't matter if I'm practicing on my friends and just stuff like that. But I will say, like, being able to do your own hair, your own nails, if you get your lashes done, your own lashes, like, that's very, very beneficial. And that's something that will help you in life on the long run. It was more so just like a learning experience. It's of course going to be hard at the beginning. I still do consider myself a beginner. So I will just say, like, just practicing and everything and finding your own technique and just making sure, prioritizing the health of your hair as well as the look of it. Just doing your homework and stuff, looking up tutorials for do this, that, and that, like the easiest way. Being like light on products and stuff, not too heavy-handed on like how much product you use in your hair or anybody else's hair. Adding on to the hairstyles, somebody said, what's some good hairstyles if I'm used to wearing the same types? If you're used to wearing the same type of hairstyles, I say going on Pinterest. Pinterest is my best friend, as you guys know, because that's where the queen is found the most. But yeah, Pinterest has so many good like inspos for anything, and TikTok as well too, because TikTok has came a long way and like has really upgraded their search bar and everything. So I say just expanding like your hairstyles and then like getting more unique hairstyles instead of getting everything that everybody else has. Like me personally, I was scared to get a bob. Like I was so scared to get a bob, but you really have to start experimenting with like your hair. So moving on to the next topic is more so just like about like feminine stuff. Not like feminine stuff, but like femininity. I don't know if that's a word, but so how do you ignore the quote unquote dark skin comments? What's your advice for girls with no self-esteem? What is things you do to feel more feminine? I love this topic. I love this topic too. What does quote unquote self-love mean to you? How do you deal with insecurity or comparison? How do you feel about being a girl in this generation? What's your biggest glow up tip? What's one boundary every girl should set? What's one thing every girl should try at least once? Products every teen girl should own. Okay, so I think that's it for the questions on far as like being a girl and stuff. So I love this topic so much because honestly, as someone that has kind of struggled with that, being a dark-skinned girl is sometimes hard to feel more feminine, because in this generation we do have like a very, very strange beauty standard. But at the end of the day, like, beauty comes from within, and the things that I do to feel more feminine is just like trying my best to keep my hair looking like nice and presentable. I love to get my brows done. I feel like every girl should get their eyebrows done because it genuinely makes you feel like so much different. And honestly, always keeping my space clean. I love having a clean space, and I love like being in an environment where it just feels like myself. Like when I'm in my room, I feel like I'm in my safe space because it's like, this is my room, this is my space. You can tell that it's my space too. Constantly having a clean space around you, always feeling clean constantly. Me personally, I love to shave once a week. I know some people might say that's kind of crazy, but I feel like shaving once a week, once every other week is like very beneficial, because like it just makes me feel cleaner, it makes me feel a lot smoother and everything like that. So keeping my space organized, keeping up with my maintenance, and just like trying out new scents and everything. Like me personally, my current scent combo right now, but this is my current scent combo. This is Blush by Good Girl and Bombshell from Victoria's Secret. Y'all, it smells so good. So keeping up with little stuff like that, like keeping up with your hygiene and your maintenance and your space around you. If you have a clean space or organized space, then you'll have a clean mind and an organized space. My advice to girls with low self-esteem is honestly just continue to pour into yourself. Self-esteem is a mental thing. I will say that sometimes I do struggle with my self-esteem a little bit, just because like regardless of like how far I've come, we all have our moments sometimes where we don't really feel like ourselves. So it's definitely a mental thing, but the more that you pour into yourself, the more you'll start to see it in yourself. And like I said, beauty really does come from within. So it's like if you're genuine and gentle with yourself, and like just know that it's okay to get through hard times and stuff like that, it'll honestly just help you in the long run to just be gentle with yourself, and just to know that it's not good to compare yourself to others, because comparison is the thief of joy. And the more that you like compare yourself to other people, the more you'll start to feel like you're not beautiful yourself. But at the end of the day, everyone is beautiful in their own way, and all of you guys are also so beautiful. Like sometimes I really just sit through and look at my comments. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this girl's so pretty. Like, you're calling me pretty, girl, you're pretty. So it's like, it's honestly just like all a mental thing. And it does take some growing up to do sometimes, because I know that I was a lot more insecure when I was younger, and that's because I was younger and like, you know, I wasn't really experimenting with like my hair and like my maintenance and everything like that. So it definitely takes time, but everyone is beautiful in their own way. I promise you, there's not a single ugly person on this earth. No one is ugly. It doesn't matter how wrong somebody did me. It doesn't matter how rude somebody is to me. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you're just ugly. Like, you're just all around ugly. Like, no, everyone's beautiful in their own way. So I will say, as far as like feeling more feminine and everything, like keeping a clear mind and a clean space, getting more involved with things that you love, and not just living for the people and living for yourself, that is the one-way ticket to literally feeling. That is the one-way ticket to feeling like yourself. Even if that means like getting into new jewelry, or getting into new perfumes, or redoing your room as a fresh start, getting more clothes, then that's honestly what helps me the most. And I even remember, like, I had nights where I prayed to God, and I was just asking him, like, to help me, like, feel pretty, help me feel beautiful. And those are honestly, like, my worst nights, because, like, I'm pretty sure we've all been there at one point where we just didn't feel confident in ourselves. And I feel like God, he has all of us on different paths. So one person may, like, evolve faster than you, or one person may feel more confident in you, but at the end of the day, staying true within yourself is what will help you to feel like more confident, if that makes sense. I know that's like really like in depth, y'all. You just gotta like listen to what I'm preaching real quick. Like, I'm telling y'all, the more y'all think about what I'm saying, the more you'll start to see it and feel it in real life. Okay, so moving on to the next topic. The next topic is mainly just about like my clothing and everything, and like how I dress. So the questions that I received were, okay, somebody said, I love your style so much. How did you figure out your style? Someone said, how do you figure out your style? When to ask because your outfits are always so cute. Where do you shop? I love the way you dress. Like, where do you get your inspo? Oh, where to buy affordable clothes, and learning to find a style. So y'all, me personally, I grew up with all palm colored people, and when I was younger, I did not have any type of style whatsoever. I mean, I was rocking dirty Air Forces. Like, I did not dress like that. I was always wearing the same things. Like, I was always repeating the same outfits 24/7. And mind you, like, when I was little, like, I could dress because my mom was dressing me, but once I started dressing myself, like, it got bad. So like I said, I grew up around all white people, meaning that I didn't have that much of a style, and all we really wore was like Lulu and like simple stuff. But when I came and moved over here to the south side of Charlotte, if y'all don't know, I do stay in Charlotte, and there's different sides of Charlotte. The side of Charlotte I stayed on was like South Park area. I stay in the south side area. So like, it was a big jump from being around all white people to going and being around into area with all black people, going to school with all black kids. And when I first got to school, like, people were judging me for the way that I dressed. Like, they would see me with Lulu on and they'd be like, oh, like, you dress like a white girl. Why you got that white girl jacket on? Because I was wearing a Define jacket. Sis, little did I know that jacket was $119. I was judging me for wearing it, and now everybody want to wear Lulu. So yeah, that pretty much sums that up. But as far as my actual style, when it comes to like wearing the outfits that y'all see me wearing on social media and that y'all see me wearing on TikTok, they honestly all just come from my brand. Like, I don't really have an inspo for my outfits, but I'm really big on color coordination. Like, color coordination is what helps me. I color coordinate all my outfits, but I try not to be too matchy. So my first step is always to find a shoe. I always find a shoe, and then after the shoe, I go to the shirt, and I try to color coordinate the shirt and the shoe, but not too much, just a little bit. I like for my shoe and my shirt to match the most. I always like for my jeans or my bottoms, my denim to match the color of my outfit. So it's honestly really, really simple. I was thinking about coming out with an ebook soon, guys. So if you guys are interested in me making an ebook on how to find your style, I will gladly do that, because that is one of my favorite topics ever. And I love to dress so much. I honestly have not like fully dived deep into my style yet, but I'm more in depth with my style and everything and how I really want to dress. So this year, that's also one of my goals, is to like be more creative with my style and everything, because I do dress pretty basic. It is cute, but it's just like basic in my opinion. So I honestly would say, like, as far as finding your own style, just find clothes that you like and piece it all together. And if it comes out cute, then boom, you got a cute outfit right there. Okay, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last question for today, because I have touched base on the majority of all of these questions. The last question is, what do you wish more people knew about you? Something I wish more people knew about me is like how genuine I am. I feel like social media is a place where people can get very confused on the type of person that you are. Social media is a place for other people to try and attack who you are, or a place for people to try to copy who you are, or a place for people to try and like take your personality and make it into theirs. I'm actually such a genuine person. I never have any bad intentions towards anybody. And when I do wrong by somebody, I completely take my accountability, because I never want to be that type of person who does somebody wrong and like in the end of it, like think that they're not wrong for their doings. So I just wish that people would take the time to really get to know me before they start to assume stuff that they've heard from other people or old friends of mine, or you know, just like people that just like assume and like to go off of other people's opinions or go off of stuff that they just see online, you know. I try to reflect that as much as possible on my social media. I try my best for you guys to really like see the real me. I don't like to put on an image. I don't like to front who I am. I literally like have been sitting in front of this camera for hours straight, just like talking and talking and talking. And like all of this just comes from the dome. Like I'm literally just being myself. I'm talking how I would talk to any of my friends. I'm talking to how I would talk to my mom. Like I see myself on the same level as everybody else. Like I'm not a cocky person at all. I'm very, very, very humble, which is why like even with that copycat situation, like I've never really went out my way, because I could really be like really rude about it and everything. Like I could get to exposing, like I could make an entire slideshow on everything that people have done wrong to me. I could make a slideshow on like a comparison of everything that that girl has copied me and done, but that's just not the type of person that I am, and I am very humble. So like I said earlier, like the people that have done me wrong, make sure they do watch my social media. I just want y'all to know that like I didn't deserve anything that y'all have done to me. I've never done wrong by anybody. So yeah, that's really it. Guys, I just want to say that I really enjoyed making this video. This was my most highly requested video, and I'm so glad that I'm finally getting it out for you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for actually interacting and asking me all of these questions. I'm my best to answer all of the questions of all of my homeboys like playing with me and trying to troll me. Thank you guys so much for actually interacting and asking me these questions, so I was able to actually answer some questions today. And I thank you guys so much for your curiosity and wanting to get to know me more as a person, because it genuinely says a lot. And I'm gonna try not to cry, but I've genuinely came such a long way, and I'm really thankful for all of your guys' support. It's literally only been a year, and I've like came like really far. So I just want to thank you guys, because you guys are literally my babies. I just want to thank you guys, because you guys are literally my babies. And I promise I'm going to be way more consistent this year, because I have noticed how much you guys really do love enjoying watching me, and how much you guys enjoy seeing my content, seeing outfits. Doesn't matter what it is, you guys just really like when I post. So I'm going to try my best to stay more consistent this year. I promise. That is my promise to you guys. I will be more consistent this year. Now that I have a camera, I can take this thing wherever I want to go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, my loves.